How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, Nessa fans, or if it's the first time seeing me, seeing my face, I am Stilo. Nice to be joining you on this experience. Now, I want to check on Nessa. I had forgot about her releasing an EP. I thought it would be an album. I thought she was going to release it a little bit later, so I missed this. It was on my radar. But somebody, one of you, one of our gracious fans, reminded me that she dropped an EP in March. So I'm going to review it right now. Hope she's doing well. I wish the best for Nessa, rooting for her, cheering her on, wishing her still a fruitful, prosperous career and life and mental health status. Let me know if she's doing better with her mental health. Let me know if she's still supported by love, supported by her gracious fans, supported by her label, the whole nine. Let me know in the comment box down below. Let's get into this. West Coast Prayer.
Don't wanna let him go. Trade perfume and leather, Hollywood forever. It's a lonely land. For love there isn't hope. Let's get high together, ride or die forever. Had a thing for cowboys, baby. California stand. Lovers come and go, but could you stay with me?
I'm surprised to see that Nessa's still in LA. I'm guessing that's where she's at, LA, Hollywood location there. I thought everybody from the LA scene had migrated to Nashville. I thought that was what a lot of people were talking about. All these LA people in Nashville. This has a real Nashville type of Tennessee sound to it. So I thought that she maybe have migrated, because when I come, this type of vocal tone, this type of like the guitar strumming reminded me of like a Lana Del Rey type of like feel. I don't know if that's what she was going for. It's just, that's just the biggest name when I think about this type of sound, is when I think of Lana.
I'm dirty dancing Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just used to the sonics and the aesthetics that I think at once upon a time I maybe was concerned, but I think this is just her brand. This is just her aesthetic. Like the black and the white, the cigarette smoke, the toxic boyfriend, toxic love, toxic young love, and whatnot. I don't really see anything alarming. All I see is just an artistic choice. So when I'm thinking about what would I like to hear from Nessa, though, I think back to some of my earlier critiques, and I was like, I would like to see some spots of brightness, some spots of color within that, but that just may not be what she's interested in doing artistically, and that's fine. That's completely fine. But I'm reading the next record, Black Haired Madonna, and as I read the title, I was like, it is kind of giving Madonna in like a aesthetic punk type of not grunge necessarily, because this isn't grunge music. Goth. Definitely a goth version of Madonna is what I'm thinking about. Anyways, let's get into Black Haired Madonna.
Black-haired Madonna, I'm your marijuana princess. I know you wanna feel me creeping all your senses. I'll dance for dollars on Nirvana in a tight dress. You love the drama, you're Americana temptress. Are you in love? I'll make you drown in your lust. Get on your knees for God to see. The angels lead from above, crying for us. Black-haired Madonna, wipe my garter off with your teeth. Naked in the parlor of the motel on Route 60.
What the hell is a garter? Bite my garter off with your teeth. What is a garter? Hold on. What is that? Oh, it's a belt. It's a belt? Okay, it's a belt. All right.
I'll dance for dollars, you're a martyr for a striptease. I'll take you farther than you've been, you're saying yes, please.
Is this Nessa playing a character, or this is what she embodies in her real relationships on a day to day? I don't believe that. I believe it's just like an aesthetic. But if you have any information on that, those that are interested in her relationship and her personal life and how it reflects in her music, or if it doesn't at all, maybe it doesn't. Maybe she keeps her private life separate and she's a completely, entirely different person. This is just like something that she wants to embody. I'm taking it at face value as a character, right? Because I can't see any of these lyrics being appealing for a young woman to do over a long period of time in the realm of a relationship. A one night stand, maybe get your rocks off. A lot of women are into that. In terms of just, this doesn't have to mean anything. This is my definition of fun. This is how I want to embody a character, and I want you to embody a character. It's like we're role playing here. That could be that situation, you know. But in terms of just like day to day, I don't see any qualities of just like we like each other. We're doing a whole lot of crying. It seems like a whole lot of crying, a whole lot of agony is going on here. And that may be somebody's definition of love. My condolences, if so. Let's get into Venom. Yes, Venom.
I like my roses dying. I watch as my heart turns black. He only keeps me crying, and I keep on coming back. I got a real bad disease. It's living inside of me. Makes me sick, makes me weak. But I never wanna be free. It's the venom, yeah. It's the venom, yeah. Is this what it means to be in love? Venom on my lips and on my tongue. It's the venom, yeah. Sweet, sweet venom, yeah. With you I feel like dying. It's deadlier when I'm numb. If I said I'm leaving, I'd be lying. 'Cause I'm drinking every drop. I got a real bad disease. It's living inside of me. Makes me sick, makes me weak. But I never wanna be free. It's the venom, yeah. It's the venom, yeah. Is this what it means to be in love?
I would disagree. You may agree that this is what it means to be in love. I vehemently disagree. Coming from an older man, right? But you know, take me with a grain of salt. My love life is not the best either. However, if I had a younger sister, I have a younger niece. She doesn't talk to me about her relationships. You know, it is what it is. But I hope she's doing all right. If I had a younger sister and she described this as her partner in her love, I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that one. But I'd be concerned, right? I don't know Nessa like that. So I don't know if it's a role, a aesthetic, or this is just like this. I don't know if this is just something that's just like, this is the type of music that I like to hear growing up. I want to make the music that I love to hear, right? That high school me would like, or this and this there. It could be that, right? That's why I'm not coming. I'm trying not to come across as overly concerned or overly just like reading into things where it could just, this is her artistic license, this is her artistic liberty, and I'm respecting that. I'm also respecting her choice to remain in what seemingly seems like a toxic situation. Excuse me, toxic situation. If you're right, this is jarring to me hearing that I never want to be free. I thought that was the opposite of what women wanted. They fought for so long to be free, to have the autonomy and the choice. But then again, it seems that she's made the choice to not be free. So she's probably exercising her autonomy anyways. Okay, that maybe negate itself. However, the way it is worded, this is my first time indulging in Nessa's art. I'd be a little concerned. But I'm not new to this. I'm true to this by now. This is like my 5th Nessa reaction, 6 or something like that. So until I hear otherwise, I'm just going to take this as her creative liberties. Okay? Although on the last Nessa reaction, y'all told me she was with a wing ding, a ball bag, and the fan base didn't even like him. So I have some sort of inclination that she just seems like a sweet girl. I just don't know why she's choosing these interactions, because forgive me if I'm wrong, or not forgive me, I don't give a shit. But I'm still going to be honest. I have no other reason but to believe that some of this is reality, because if you're going to be sitting in the studio, writing it, recording it, watching it mix, sit down to master, or playing it for your A&R, that means a part of you is connecting with this music, or else why would you release it to the world for everybody else to hear, right? And then go on tour and perform it. So a part of you, a large part of you, at least in the time being, connects with that theme, that message, that aesthetic, that sound. Therefore, it leads me to believe this is what happens in your actual relationship somewhat. It may be exaggerated for artistic purposes, but when I see her interview, she comes across as like such a sweet girl. Why not choose somebody that is sweet? Is that asking for too much? And I think in turn, it will reflect in the music some sort of, at least some polarity, in that like we can get some sort of different sounds in there to changes, because this is a hard listen. This is a hard listen on a day-to-day. To stay in this mode, this theme, this dark aesthetic, there's got to be a yin and a yang. There's got to be some sort of balance, right? So it's just like, oh, okay, I see some growth here. You know, it's cool if you want to stay in this aesthetic, but I asked the fan base out there for how long, you know, for instance, right? I'll just take Mac Miller, right, as an artist before he died. He went through certain evolutionary processes to where some sounds were darker than others and some sounds were brighter than others. And then when he passed and transitioned, it doesn't even have to take for Nessa to pass, and God forbid, I'm not saying that in that regard. But I'm saying that like when she chooses to not release music as frequently, you can look back and have some sort of variety in discography. Wouldn't that matter to you, or do you just want a uniformity of the sound? You let me know in the comment box down below. You may just be like, yo, the fan base likes us, you're bugging, and I understand that. But someone as an outside of the fan base, I tend to wonder. Let's continue.
On my lips and on my tongue, it's the venom, yeah. Sweet, sweet venom, yeah. Give me that sweet, sweet venom. Give me that sweet, sweet venom. Give me that sweet, sweet venom.
All right, let's get into Buffalo 66.
keys, 'cause I don't mind that you unbound. Promise I won't scream, don't need to breathe at all as long as you're around. Tell me what you want from me, what you need me to do. You don't have to tell me, please, I'm never leaving you.
What kind of spell are these young boys putting on y'all generation? I'm trying to understand it. She said, you don't have to tell me, please, I'm never leaving you. What is he doing? Jesus Christ. I saw that Jesse was also from the neighborhood was also on this, or at least in the video. I don't know if he's on the record. Is that the background vocals? I hear a man's voice chopped and screwed in the background. So I'm guessing that's Jesse. Maybe that's the sample. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment box down below. But Jesus Christ. I don't see Jesse in the credits, so he must just be for the video, because I did see him in the video. So I may have answered my own question, but if you have any details, you can still feel free to comment down below. I'll take it. Any information you got on this album, that video, Nessa in general, I'll take it. Just let me know. But let's move on. I don't really have any thoughts. I guess any thoughts aside from what I've already expressed throughout the reaction, and I'll wrap it up with just my perspective, because going back, I've noticed that I've done all of her albums, so I'm like comparing to what I've heard today versus when I was first introduced to her. I'm gonna reflect on it at the end of the reaction, but let's continue. A man is a woman's worst drug. That is a extremely, I won't say refreshing sentiment, but it's a different sentiment than the one that's been expressed on my algorithm on TikTok or YouTube, where you got a bunch of women said a man is the easiest thing to get. There's nothing impressive about men. Where are the you know what I mean? It's a bunch of that going on. You've seen that type of content, right? So, like I said before, she must really like this man. You could think these type of things. Don't let him, because that means you know, I hate to look at it this way, but it's like you're relinquishing all your power. You want that type of dynamic in your relationship, or your whatever this is. It may not even be a relationship. It just may be a little fun, a fun thing that they're doing. And if it's a fun thing they are doing, and everybody's consenting adults, they're having fun, who am I to judge? We don't judge here. Just being honest. But there's many ways to look at this. There's many ways to slice a cake. You know what I mean? And with no context, like if I would have watched an interview about this album prior to that, maybe I'll have more context. But I didn't. I went in, like I do with most Nessa reactions, I went in blind. So usually those in the comments will fill in the blanks and be like, this is where you missed, this, that, or whatever. You have to understand that this is perspective coming from someone that I follow Nessa, but I don't interact. I'm too old. You know what I mean? I just listen to music. That's all I do. I listen to music. I don't really engage in the fandom. Don't engage in the communities. I don't speak to nobody. Y'all are too younger than me. You know, it's a little weird for me. The only way I engage with Nessa fans or fans of this age, and I'm not too old, but I'm definitely older, is when I do like videos like this, and then like, oh, okay, cool. Well, you know, hope she's good, and then that's where I sign off.
Let you kiss me once, let you fool me twice. Never seen that eyes away. Love to point your gun, hate to see me cry. Play the game I always lose. Special deal. Thought I was special deal. Thought I was special deal. Dirty, sexy, sweet. What's so wrong with me? Thought I was special deal. Thought it was special deal. Let you chew me up, let you spit me out. When I gave you bones and all, you clipped my wings like a falling bird. Push me out and watch me fall. Special deal. Thought I was special deal. Thought I was special deal. Dirty, sexy, sweet. What's so wrong with me? Thought I was special deal. Thought it was special deal. Thought it was special deal.
For me personally, I like Nessa the most when she has a softer, like seductive, sultry voice, and it's over like hard hitting drums, like production with a lot of bite to it. Those are my favorite Nessa records. This one is a nice balance between, like, it was down tempo and then it took us through the peaks and valleys of the journey of I thought that was dope. So let's get into the next record, which it seems like to be the fan favorite of the album, was Stay With Me. Well, Buffalo 66 was also a fan favorite. So between these two is the fan favorites. All right, let's get into it. Let's finish it off strong.
Maybe I'm not meant to be here. I get close and they always leave. Will you be like everyone else? Or will you stay with me? They stole all my innocence and turned me to masochist, consumed in all my darkness when I weep. You walked into heaven's and laid me in my bed to rest, my lonely dying garden where I sleep. When I wake, will you leave? Maybe I'm not meant to be loved. I get close and they always leave. Will you be like everyone else? Or will you stay with me?
I can't recall if y'all told me it was Nessa that got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, along with her abandonment trauma, or if that was another artist. I'm pretty sure that she was the one. There's obviously some trauma involved with her in her life, which is reflected in her writing and her music, and probably has bled through her relationships and stuff like that. So that's why I think I have a lot of grace for her, and it's more so just seeing how she's navigated being in the public eye, being critiqued in the public eye, and because an audience is fascinated by her and her music, her aesthetic, her looks. She's a very pretty girl, very pretty. That I'm sure there's a lot of noise and chatter about her, both good and bad. I saw a clip, a short. I didn't click on it, but it just said, I just saw the title. She just said that I'm very aware that people hate me. So I wonder if being perceived at such a large degree and being privy to so many opinions about you because you're in the public eye is not really normal. Like I heard Andre 3000 say from Outkast, that fame is abnormal. It's not normal to the human being, especially when you've gone from being human for the, excuse me, not human. When you've gone from being normal for the majority of your life, and she got famous around like, I think like 16, 17, before the brain can fully develop. So she got hit from all type of angles. And then, you know, she's had very public relationships, and she's dealt with, you know, her insecurities and her challenges and her struggles and her just developing. It's hard enough just developing and going through life without being in the public eye. And then you throw on fame, you throw on the music industry, you throw on touring, you throw on making music and having this personal connection to this art, and then you release it for consumption, you release it to critique, you release it. It's a lot going on in her life, and I understand. So I don't really listen to her music to critique, so to speak. It's more so just like, when I got introduced to Nessa, I was like, I really like that type of energy she was bringing. I think the Miserable record I hope you're miserable. I really connected to that record a lot. And I was like, she's dope. Or that record was dope. I didn't really know that much about her at that point in time. And then eventually I reacted to more, and I was like, okay, there's stuff here, there's elements here that I like from that. And then the elements here that I'm just really just don't know if it's like a cry for help. It's like role play, if it's like an aesthetic, if it's like just like really artsy and up for interpretation. I didn't know. So it's more so, it's less critique and less like that, and more so just checking in. Like, so if somebody was like, yo, Nessa dropped a new project, you should listen to it or react to it. Those are really my thoughts. Like, all right, let's just see how she's doing, so to speak. But I come with an understanding that like a part of this she has to grieve. A part of this, a part of her personality, not necessarily like, maybe that's what the theme is. Like, parts of her are dying, right? It doesn't necessarily mean like it has to be, so to speak, like she wants to die. I don't know if that's the perspective these days, but I look at it as like something has to die for something new to emerge, something healthier, something for her, like energy and a wavelength that's aligning with her, that's positive. Something else has to die for that to be replaced with better energy, is my perspective. I could be wrong.
Maybe I've done this to myself. Another love that I've had to grieve. Will we be like everyone else? Or will you stay with me? I can't afford to lose another. Please don't turn out like my mother. I'm terrified you'll hurt me when I'm weak. You could be the one to take all my pretty pain away. Just promise that you're
It's putting a lot of responsibility on another human, Nessa. To be the sole bearer of your joy in a way, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. I just feel like we should come together. Like, you should heal. And like, I guess like there's different opinions on relationships and love, and like, should you really be in a relationship if you haven't done the work and healing and figure it out, all the things that you need to heal from? Or do you get into a relationship and learn from that, and that helps you heal? I don't know. I'm really of the belief that just like, I'm gonna do the work before going into entering someone's life. But I don't think you can ever do it. Is it healing, or is it avoiding at that point? I still think that like that's a lot of responsibility to put on another human that enters your life. Just like, I like her, I care about her, but like, I can't save her. I can't help her with this. Like, and he may just back out of your life because just like, it's a lot going on. I don't know if I could do this. Like, I care about you, but I just can't. I don't know. I really don't know in this situation. Like, for me, if like I knew like the girl that I liked or I cared about was dealing with the weight of her emotions and just, life can be unkind and cruel to all of us. Like, I just don't know. I'll just be like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know. That's hard. That's tough.
this Monday, if I break, will you leave? Maybe I'm not meant to be held. I get close and they always leave. Will you be like everyone else? Or will you stay with me? Maybe I've done this to myself. Another sit on it to the grave. Will you be like everyone else? Or will you stay with me?